What's up? Today we will continue the recap of Shikkakumon no Saikyou Kenja. So to refresh your memory, Math is reincarnated. In his past life he was the most powerful sage in the world, but with the weakest crest, and now he reincarnated to get the most powerful crest, although nowadays it is considered the weakest. Then he entered the academy, met these two, defeated a demon in a school tournament, and now we are going to follow his adventures in his new life. After that fight against the demon in the tournament, Matthias has a meeting with the king, where as a reward he gains the right to access a dungeon and its resources, which will help him become stronger. Here they say that the demons that infiltrated the kingdom ended up leaving after they were unmasked by Math, and probably, in 3 months, they will attack again, only now, with everything. However, making a barrier will prevent their attack and would make the capital safer. Now, Matthias is declared leader of the anti-demon campaign by the king. He is the only one to defeat a demon in hundreds of years in the kingdom, and therefore, he is in charge of this great fight. In fact, when he went to the royal treasury to receive a reward and resources for his barrier, he finds an ancient sword and amulet that he created himself, with exceptional quality, and then takes them for himself. Math then continues teaching the students and decides to form a group to go to a dungeon, taking Luri and Alma with him, while of course, teaching them some tips to strengthen themselves, such as teaching Alma archery and enchantments. For Luri, after teaching them a lot, Math continues to go deeper into the dungeon, and even discovers that people call his past life the god of magic or something like that. Returning to the surface, after selling the dungeon materials, Math senses 2 demons heading to the gym and starts to meet them. Math would take care of the strongest while the girls would take care of the other, dividing and conquering. And from the beginning Math has things under control, easily dominating the fight. And then, mastering a spell from the demon himself, Math causes himself to be seriously injured, and soon, he ends the fight. On the other side, we have Alma and Luri using the hit and run strategy while waiting for Math, and now, this weak demon was going to run around in his hand, being finished with just 1 attack. As a royal reward, Math asks the king for more dungeons, obviously, to get more resources and become stronger, where we see that the king was being watched by a demon, and of course, Math gets the demon's location and goes to pay him a visit, but it's a very far place, and as he can't teleport now, he will need a means of transport, and it will be an ancestral dragon that Math knows from his past life, Iris. So, exchanging a chat with Iris and putting things in order, she gives him a friendly ride so he can go to the demons quickly. Math then arrives where the demons are, immediately eliminating one of them with just 1 blow. Inside, they find a demon in disguise and begin to fight him, where easily with the help of enchanted arrows they defeat him in moments. Even when he transforms, he is defeated with just an arrow from Math. And now, it's time for him to fight the strongest demon that was hiding there. The demon really is a level above everyone else so far, and even manages to cut off one of Matthias' arms in a quick blow. An arm of course, which Math recovered in moments, since he let the demon cut him in first place. Then he begins to dominate the fight, easily dodging and even cutting the demon like it was nothing. So when the demon went into his second form, Math cancelled his spell and continued interrupting his spells without stopping, until of course, his trap took effect and exploded the demon, revealing an extremely powerful crystal that would summon thousands of monsters nearby of the royal capital, and of course, Math would stop them when the time came. After that, Iris took human form to remain at Matthias' side, and they returned home. The plans for the barrier against the demons were going well, but they needed more people, and to get the cooperation of the director of the first academy, who was a boring old man, Math suggested a fighting tournament between the students. The winner would rule who lose here. Math and his group couldn't participate, but the second academy was trained by Math, and that alone was enough to make them win, and in fact there were only 5 of his students to easily defeat everyone from the first academy, where, for being too annoying and going against the king, the guy was arrested for treason. And now, the first academy would merge with the second academy, with everyone being equal, and now that they have enough manpower, Math goes in search of materials for the barrier, summoning a monster to get the necessary magic stone. And the monster that came out was a huge dragon, so using many debuffed arrows, the Iris as bait, and with Math interfering with his magic, everything was ready. Math uses the dragon's own attack to defeat it, getting the stone magic. After that there's the training saga for Iris to get used to her human body and adjust her powers. Finally, Luri makes new weapons for everyone, and now everyone is equipped and ready for battle. Now the time has come. Math will be busy creating the barrier, while the students will fight the monsters and demons that will invade, and they really succeed, especially Alma and Luri, who are already warming up by defeating 2 demons in a row. Soon, the demons' invasion of the the academy begins. But here, they don't need to win, just buy time for math, which they managed successfully because the most powerful has arrived. And as soon as he arrived, he started killing demons left and right easily, one after the other. And after defeating all the demons, they completed the barrier, and now all that remains is to finish off the army of monsters. And of course, students carry off the monsters easily, and when the more powerful ones arrive, a pillar that devours monsters is born and starts eating those that were left, and thus, an even bigger one was born, which of course, lost to Matthias and his group. Now, the kingdom is at peace and the students have been well educated, being stronger than before, so it's time for Math to leave the academy and continue his journey, and the girls go with him. Now they are on their way to the Dragon Vein, the place where that rock from earlier came to investigate, and because of that, they will pass by the City of Adventurers, a city on top of the vein, which is a dungeon. They easily arrive in the city, and there we discover that the city is in bad shape because of the current horrible lord, even though the guild is well controlled by him. So Math goes to register with the guild, and in the middle of that he comes across most of the city's adventurers seriously injured, all because of a mission that the lord forced on them. Math organizes the general and then begins to save the lives of all the adventurers, and with that, he thinks that the current lord may be a demon or be working with one. The next day they go to the dungeon and do what they always do, but in doing so, they attract the attention of the Lord of the Lands, and soon, they begin to be chased by his henchmen, which is good. They are idiots. Math meets with a proxy for the king and receives approval to capture the Lord of the Lands, and then invades his mansion. Needless to say, they finished off the randoms with a single attack, right? After that he meets the Lord of the Lands and barely has a conversation. The guy is going to be taken away, and now, we know that there is a demon in the mix involved in everything. Right then, the demons use the Dragon Vein to summon more monsters outside the city, and while Luri takes care of the vein with the others, Math will go on the attack now. He defeats one of the affiliated demons, and with that, discovers that there is a demon behind all the attacks so far, and he is extremely powerful. From now on they would hunt the ancient demon to defeat him, and to start this, they would go after a tracking item that Math created in his past life. They arrived at a kingdom called the Rodinia Alliance, where this item is kept in a very restricted region, and they will need to become rank A adventurers to be able to enter there, and to do that they will have to fight an examiner who is an S-rank adventurer. This guy, he passes all three right away because he just wants to fight Matthias, and really, he was incredibly strong, a genius that even Math recognized in a fight, but in the end, Math still wins. After that he is promoted and heads towards the restricted region, which was said to be even more restricted and strange lately, and as soon as they enter the region, Math identifies demonic technology right away. After that they arrive in a city called Fokia, where from the beginning you could feel the magic of demons, and not a few, but the city was full of them, with more than 30. Soon, they infiltrate the city already seeing demons, and discover that the citizens are under the effects of their magic. After infiltrating a factory, it is discovered that the demons are gathering explosives to make a bomb that is capable of destroying even a kingdom, but of course Math won't let that happen. They detected 32 demi-demons, and tonight, they are going to clean up the city. Soon, using Iris as bait, they quickly defeat one demon after another. Then we discovered that Gaius was in the city, and he started fighting the demons too, defeating several at once and helping in the battle. However, after the battle, the demon that Matthias is looking for manifests and says that soon, he will awaken from his seal and go after him. Now with that out of the way, Matthias goes to the ruins of an ancient city he built to use his detector, and there, we discover that the demon is Zardias, an incredibly powerful monster that not even the current Matthias could defeat. However, he found a magical sword that he created in the past. It was in the capital of the kingdom, and with it, perhaps he could win. Arriving in the kingdom, Zardias awakens from his seal and the fight begins. Matthias is left to hold him back while the girls go to retrieve the sword. In this state, Matthias was already weak, and fighting while protecting the entire capital was difficult. He took a lot of hits from the demon while he waited. He even thought about reincarnating again. That would be an advantage for him, but now, he had companions, and he wouldn't do that. Soon, they managed to deliver the sword, but Math is stabbed and killed by Zardias. However, this activates the sword's power, healing him and allowing him to continue fighting. This sword has the peak of powers from Math's past life, and to activate it, he needed to die once, and so, he revived with a tremendous amount of magic within himself, enough magic to defeat Zardias. With that, everyone is at peace again. They talk to the king about rewards. They go to buy minerals and jewelry together, and Matthias even gives Luri a gift while blushing all over. However, it doesn't take long for a new demon threat to emerge. Now in a neighborhood neighboring kingdom, but Matthias will save the day again for the good of the world. Now, Math would go on a new adventure, but we won't see her today, as this is the end of the anime. And that, my friends, is the end of Shikkakumon no Saikyou Kenja, and I hope you enjoyed this summary. It took a lot of work to make this specific summary, since I summarized all the episodes of the anime, so I had to cut a lot of things and review a lot of material. So if you liked it, all I ask is that you consider leaving a like below and subscribing to support my work. Now, I went